Let me welcome everybody back to the Swine Glow Podcast Show. It is yours truly, Duroc Crip. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today? It is an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table. You know what I'm saying? We took the weekend off, you know what I mean, to recuperate, rejuvenate, you know what I'm saying, and get that energy back up. We've been going hard in the paint as of late, you know what I'm saying? And y'all make that a lot easier, man, to show up for work, perform, do what we need to do, and keep the line moving. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all my viewers, all the new subscribers. And if you haven't already did it, please take this time, like, comment, and subscribe to the Swang Glow Podcast Show, Duroc Crip. It's definitely appreciated. And make sure you hit that notification bell so when we drop these videos or we do a live, it'll notify you immediately and you will be right there from the start to the end. Much love. Salute to you all. All right. Now, this story dates back to 1995, LA County Jail Crip module. The gang module, okay? The Crip module, the gang module, one and the same in the Los Angeles County Jail. It was a sector of the LA County Jail that was isolated from the rest of the population because you had a lot of dangerous dudes that was tearing the main line up. You know what I'm saying? So when you get into so much stuff and you're a documented gang member, they put you over here in the gang module and can't know anybody go up in there. I promise you that. And if by chance you happen to end up in there and you're a nobody, hey, use your imagination. You know what I'm saying? On what can happen to you. But anyway, this story involves two brothers from Duroc, Big Crazy D and Little Crazy D. All right, these dudes are actually blood brothers, and it was actually three of them in there at one time: Big Crazy D, Little Crazy D, and Tutu. Okay, now, as I tell this story, Little Crazy D is resting in peace now. He lost his life tragically. I think in a car accident some years back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Much love to the homie, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to his family, you know what I mean? I'm running down this story, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking, I'm like, you know, me and Lil Crazy D was cool as well as Tutu, you know what I'm saying? Now, me and Big Crazy D had our issues. I've talked about some of the things that me and him went through in the Crip module, you know what I'm saying? As far as us having to fight, you know what I'm saying, and was about to knife fight with each other and all that. Like me and him, you know, we wasn't on the best of terms when it came to a lot of things. And not just with me, like that dude had fights in there all the time with different homies, you know what I'm saying? And I only remember one fight that he had that I, in my opinion, would say that he won. All the other ones, he took L's. Now, and this is what this story is about, right? This story is about him and his brother getting into it. And let me run down how this all unfolded. Now, I have to start with the fact that the guy, Big Crazy D, had a lot of resentment for his own brother for whatever reason. And mind you, these two dudes is twins. They are twin brothers. You know what I'm saying? Which took me by surprise that it was so much animosity. You know what I'm saying? Because typically twins are bonded like no other. You know what I'm saying? So I used to trip on it, and other homies that was in there always used to trip on them having conflict. Now, the thing with Little Crazy D, Darian, he did not want to fight his brother in there. He really didn't want to have no conflict with his brother in there. And it ain't that he was scared of him or was a buster or none of that, because he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Little Crazy D was my low. You know what I mean? So I have nothing bad to say about him. But his thing on it was, man, you my brother. You're my twin brother of all. You know what I'm saying? So why would I sit in here and fight with you about anything? Whatever issues you got going on, you need to work out with yourself. And I remember them, you know what I'm saying, having that discussion with each other, you know, in front of all of us. You know what I'm saying? And him expressing exactly that. And Big Crazy D having you know, a negative response to that. You know what I'm saying? So his thing was he tried to take off, Big Crazy D tried to take off on Little Crazy D almost every day. almost every day. And it got to the point where me and the homies a bet. We'll start betting each other like, I bet he do it today. I bet he tried today. You know what I'm saying? It got to that point, right? So I used to just trip on it, like, because I've never seen um twins get down like that. And again, little crazy D did not want to fight his brother. So every time, and this dude, big crazy D, would physically try to get off on him. You know what I'm saying? And little crazy D would block it up, you know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't hit him back. He did not want to fight his brother, right? And he told him that every time this dude tried to take off on him, like, man, I'm not fighting you in here, bro. I'm not fighting you in here. You keep on trying to take off on me. I'm not fighting you in here, right? Told him that all the time. Now, I remember now, in the Crip module, we was tattooing on each other a lot. You know what I'm saying? And how we was doing it, like we would make the needle and melt the needle inside of a toothbrush, you know what I mean, and make the ink, you know what I'm saying, out of chess pieces, and we'll pluck the tattoo in. I got so many toe up pluck tattoos from the gang module. It's crazy, right? All over my body. I believe a lot of people that was in there at that time got them same kind of tattoos, which was many people. So anyway, we tattoo on each other all the time in there. So bam, I remember this one particular day, Lil Crazy D wanted me to tattoo on him. So bam, I'm like, all right, come on, bam. So he tell me what he wanted. The first one that I had started on was his back arms. He wanted to put a big Duroc on his back arms, right? So bam, I finished one side of his arm and I start working on his right arm. So he's standing up with his arms like up to where I can sit there and pluck out the tattoo in his back arms, right? So bam, he's standing there while I'm doing the tattoo. Him and Big Crazy D start getting into it, right? Now, another reason why I felt Big Crazy D used to act up like that, because a lot of the times he'd be on the phone with his girlfriend at that time. At that time, his girlfriend was the home girl, Lil Bit, Michelle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Bit. Shout out to the homegirl Michelle, man. You know what I'm saying? But he was messing with her at that time, and I think he used to try to impress her by saying and doing a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And his brother used to catch the worst of that, right? But I remember this day. He was on the phone with Lil Bit, and they started up, right? So bam, I remember Big Crazy D jumping out his bed, walking up on Lil Crazy D like, man, I'll F you up in here, and this and that, and wah, right? So Lil Crazy D standing there, mind you, I'm tattooing on him while this is going on, right? So Lil Crazy D standing there like, man, I'm not finna fight you, bro. I'm not finna fight you. Like, you wasting your time, right? So he like, yeah, I know you not, and this and that, and whoa, right? Bam, he go back to his bed area. I'm tattooing. You know what I'm saying? He start up again. This time he jump up and he run over there swinging, right? So I jump out the way. I'm like, bro, what you doing? He's like, man, I'm getting tired of this fool mouth and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I said, I don't care about none of that. I said, don't be trying to take off on him while I'm doing this tattoo. You see I'm doing this tattoo. F this tattoo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I said, bro, you taking off on him, but you disrespecting me. You doing it while I'm trying to tattoo on him, right? So Lil Crazy D is like, man, look, if you try that again, you see I'm getting tattooed on. If you try it again while I'm getting tattooed on, we gonna get down, right? He say that. Big Crazy D really start barking, right? So everybody telling him like, bro, chill out. You see your brother getting tattooed right now, bro. Like, go back over there and hop back on the phone. Chill out, right? He go back over there, right? Bam, a couple of minutes later, he started up. Once he started up, that last time, he jumped up and ran over there swinging. I just jump out the way. Once I jumped out the way, Lil Crazy D three-piecing. Bing, 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 right? Dropping. Right there, right? Dropping. Now listen. To all the homies that was in the Crip module at that time when that incident happened, right? Y'all know I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? So the way that I'm finna describe what happened after Lil Crazy D three-pieced his brother, Big Crazy D, right? It's all facts. So bam, little crazy D three-piecing. Bing, 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 drop him right there. This fool, Big Crazy D, falls straight down to the floor, right? He not moving at first for like a couple of seconds. Then next thing you know, he grabbed that eye. Oh, oh my God. He balled up in a fetal position like a baby, holding on to that eye, right? Screaming at the top of his lungs, right? Oh, my eye, my eye, my eye, right? Oh, West Side, Duroc Crip, I ain't never been hit that hard, cuz. Oh, right? Holding on to that, screaming that out, right? So we all standing there like, what the? So Lil Crazy D standing over him. I told your BS. I told your BS. I didn't want to fight you in here. I told you. Get up so I can finish you. Get up, right? He's like, no, no, my eye. Oh my God, I ain't never been hit that hard, cuz. Right? So now I'm looking, I'm like, Lil Crazy D been holding that in for months. For months. He did not, I repeat, he was not trying to fight his brother, and I swear he did everything. He used the most restraint that I have ever seen a man utilize on that situation with his brother, being that his brother physically tried to take off on him a number of times. Some of them punches landed, and he still didn't, you know what I'm saying? He still did not fight his brother back. But that day when I was tattooing on him, bro, it came out. It came out. When he three-pieced that dude, he dropped straight down to the floor, didn't move for like a couple of seconds, and then next thing you know, the scream, he grabbed that eye, and he starts screaming at the top of his lungs, right? I ain't never been hit that hard. Oh, oh. He on the floor, like holding his eye, like, hey. So bam. After that, you know what I'm saying? Finally, everybody like, come on, man, y'all tripping and this and that and blah blah blah. It took Big Crazy D a minute to get up off that floor, right? But when he did, I couldn't help but I held it in a little bit, but it came out a little bit too, a laughter, because when he got up, his eye was the size of a beach ball, right? His eye was literally the size of a beach ball, swollen up and swole closed, right? And was purple and blue. And just so happened, right after that fight, after everything has settled down, they opened up our cell door for us all to go out and get in the shower. So now, and mind you, everybody in the Crip module hear everything that's going on, including all the fights, the arguments, the war stories, you name it, you hearing it over the tier, right? So everybody heard that fight. Everybody heard him screaming at the top of his lungs. So when they seen him, the after effects of it, he had to take the walk of shame to the shower, from our cell to the shower. Now we is in cell 8. So that's in the middle of the tier. So you got to walk from there all the way down to the shower and then back. So bam, I remember this fool walking down the tier, stopping at all the cells. You know what I'm saying? You had the A trays, you had the schoolyards, you had some Comptons, you had some Watts. You know what I'm saying? In those first sales, right? Hey man, so he's stopping by all them sales. They like, damn, Crazy D, like that? He's like, yeah, my brother did this to me. He pointed to the big swollen closed up eye, right? My brother did this to me. Yeah, my brother did this to me, right? I'm laughing. Cause they laughing. The dudes in the cell, they looking at him laughing like this fool crazy as I don't know what, bro. And then you got Lil Crazy D walking out humbly to the shower. He's not barking, bragging, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And in my heart of hearts, I really feel like he didn't even want to do that. But it came to that point where you keep on taking off on me. I ain't been fighting you. I ain't been swinging back. I ain't been doing nothing. And you choosing to do this while I'm getting this tattoo done on me. You know what I'm saying? And that was his breaking point. You know what I mean? And he was a better man than me for showing that type of restraint. Although I'm not gonna fight my brothers. I don't. That's the last thing I would ever want to do. I love my brothers too much, man. To you know what I'm saying. So I get it, but damn, like you got your older brother. Well, not your older. I think Big Crazy D is older than him by a couple of minutes, a minute or something. They always used to go at it about that too. You know what I'm saying? But that was a story within itself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, fighting your own brother in jail, in the Crip module around all your other homies, and then you got all those other Crips from in there from everywhere that's hearing this confrontation. You know what I'm saying? And then they see the after effects, like you had to put hands on your brother like that, where he's walking around with this big swollen. He had that big swollen eye for about a month. He wore the raccoon eye, man, for the. Hey, it seemed like he had that black eye forever. I ain't gonna even lie. You know what I'm saying? But again, he was in there. He fought me. He tried to take off on me while I was putting my shoes on. I told y'all that story. You know what I'm saying? And then um um he get into it with the homie Gangster Tick. Tick didn't, you know what I'm saying, punch him out. But Tick choked him out because Tick was getting ready to go to the pen. They had called him out to pack up all his stuff, and he was on his way to prison, right? So bam, they opened up our cell door. Tick pack up all this stuff. He go outside the cell. He's standing there talking to us before he actually leave, right? So while he's standing there talking to us, oh, they had handcuffed Tick up too, right? So when they handcuff you up, it'd be like an extra handcuff on there. So bam, he's standing there talking to us for whatever reason. I don't know what made Crazy D do this, but while Tick's standing there talking to us, this fool grabbed that extra handcuff and lock it to the bar. He locked it to the bar, so Tick is stuck there. The police got to physically come down there and open the handcuff so he can get loose, right? But the cold thing about that situation is when Crazy D locked him to the bars, they think he playing and this and that, right? So they scratch him off the transfer list. Oh my God, he was hot. And it's not making things no better that we in the cell pumping it up like, you missed the bus? You missed the bus because of this. So he like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Don't even trip, right? I'm gonna get him, right? So now Crazy D, the laughter stopped because he was he. But when he seen that Tick was hot, you know what I'm saying, and that he had missed his transfer, all that laughing stopped. You know what I'm saying? So he trying everything in his power. We got handcuff keys and all that, but this particular handcuff won't open with the handcuff keys that we had. So panic mode set in. He in there, he's slapping on the top of his head crazy. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what to do. Finally, after I think Tick stood there for about 3 or 4 hours handcuffed to that bar. So when the police finally come down there and unlock it, he come back inside the cell, right? So I just remember Tick sitting there, Crazy D trying to explain, and he trying to bring up old war stories, and you know what I'm saying? He's trying to do everything that he possibly can to distract Tick from what was finna happen, and it didn't work. Finally, Tick had a cold chokehold. You know what I'm saying? And he got him in that chokehold and choked him out. His eyes was bulging out the top of his head, veins popping out the side of his head. Tick choked him out. That was the funniest thing I had ever heard. And then it was just a number of different things, man, involving this dude. You know what I'm saying? And you know, um, of course he's not on our team no more. He went to the other side. You know what I'm saying? PC. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But I wanted to run that story down to y'all because it is history. It is a part of history. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Lil Crazy D. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Dixon family. You know what I mean? Nothing but love and respect for that family. You know what I mean? Straight up. But on that note, I'm finna get on up out of here, man. I just wanted to run that little story down here to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you all for tapping in. Thank you all for joining me at this round table. It's always a pleasure to come here and give y'all a part of history that has taken place over the years, things that y'all would never know about. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for a mouthpiece and a very, very accurate memory. On that note, I'm up out of here, man. Y'all stay safe. Take care. I love all y'all. Till the next time we meet at this round table. Triple gang.